Everyone, welcome to the show. So, the Orange County Register, this is a California based news outlet. They published an article recently. It's titled LA Raids Rattle California Home Building Industry, where 41% of workforce are immigrants. They talked about how Southern California home builders are starting to feel the effects of Trump's Gestapo and all of these raids that are going on, and how the industry, even before this, was already struggling. There was already a tight labor market. I actually know people who work in the construction industry, and they have told me, they have confirmed, ICE is walking onto job sites and they're just snatching people up. They're just taking workers into custody. And right now is one of the busiest times for home construction. This is real estate season. So, even existing home sales. So many people choose to move in the spring and the summer months because, number one, their kids are out of school. If you have kids, it's a nightmare to move anyway, but trying to move during the school year and with, running kids around to and from school and, different various things. So you don't have that to worry about. You don't have to worry about the weather in California. I mean, we don't get a lot of rain and a lot of weather anyway, but it does rain here. But trying to move in the rain is a pain in the butt. And so, spring and summer are better times for that. And outside of the 4th of July, there aren't there aren't any holidays to contend with. So you're good, You don't have to worry about decorations in your house or having people over or going to other people's things. And given the fact that so much of Los Angeles needs to be rebuilt because of the fires that destroyed thousands of homes, this labor shortage could not possibly come at a worse time. So the Register they spoke with a guy, his name is Jim Tobin. He is the CEO of the National Association of Home Builders in Washington, D.C. He told the news outlet, quote, I think the labor market is tight for our industry already. Whether this adds to it or not, we will see. We're watching all of the developments very carefully and making sure we're looking to the future to train workers and get a comprehensive immigration policy that allows people who want to work in our industry to come into it really easily. Tobin agreed that immigration reform is necessary. He believes we need to secure the border. So it definitely sounds like he's either trying to play both sides, like so he doesn't piss off any but the builders that he works with, or he's actually a Trump supporter. He didn't say that, or they didn't mention in the article, but he said that he would like to see the government implement some sort of work visa that's specific for the construction industry and construction workers. So this would be kind of like I think it's what the H-2B or HB2, I forget, H-2B, I think is what it is, the visa that they grant these for farm workers for seasonal jobs. And Tobin said, quote, it would be great to help them come out of the shadows and provide them some legal status in this country. The Register also spoke with a man named Richard Green. He is the director at USC for the Lusk Center for Real Estate. And he noted that right now, we already have 250,000 construction jobs that have not been filled. 250,000 construction job openings in the United States currently. So this is just not what we need. And Green said, quote, to the extent that you put a chill on people who might be part of those workers, it doesn't help. It's been hard for a while to find construction labor. The raids don't help. The problem is we don't have people in this country who work with their hands anymore, or at least very few, right? I mean, those jobs have largely gone to immigrants because Americans don't know how to wire electricity anymore. They don't know how to build things. I mean, we don't teach these trades in school anymore. It used to be there was metal shop and wood shop, whether it be in junior high or high school. You had all kinds of stuff like that. Now that's gone. And then to make matters worse, Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, he scrapped a free program that the United States government offered that teaches these skills. I mean, how asinine. So I'm going to take away your workers. I'm going to take away your immigrant skilled laborers. And then I'm going to take away the free program that would teach all of you how to take their place. So how are we going to fill these 250,000 construction jobs? And someone else made a really great point in that Orange County Register article. He was talking about how our population is aging because we're not reproducing like we used to. We are not replenishing the population. I mean, I guess Elon Musk's got to make it up for the rest of us, but that's a whole nother topic. A whole nother, irregardless, going into my Stewie Griffin mode. Yeah, that is a whole other topic. But anyway, he said we need immigrants to fill the void. And you know what else we need? We need the government to use some of our tax dollars to make life easier for young people, so that they will have kids. Right now, so many young people in this country want to get married. They want to have kids, but they don't feel that they're ever going to be able to do this. They're ever going to have the economic conditions in place that they will be able to provide for a family. You know, Professor Scott Galloway talks about this a lot. He's done so much research on this, how young men one of the reasons they fall down these right-wing rabbit holes is because they just don't feel like they can ever get ahead. They look at the system, they look at the way it's all set up and how the oligarchs have taken over, how our government is so corrupt, and they just go, screw it. Like, why am I even trying? I'm never going to be able to move out. I'm never going to be able to afford to take a girl out. I'm never going to be able to afford to get married and have a family and raise kids. So screw it. I'm just going to sit here, smoke pot, and play video games. And the people on the right, they're all pro-natalists, but they don't want to do anything to help the working class. They don't want to do anything that's actually going to enable population growth. So, I mean, I know it's kind of off topic, but it is related, and without our own labor or immigrants to fill the void, we end up with higher rents and skyrocketing housing prices because the construction labor shortages mean fewer homes. And you add to this the tariffs, the rising costs associated with building materials. It's a recipe for disaster because the prices of homes are just going to go up. Axios reported today that the home construction dropped in May to the lowest pace in 5 years. It dropped 10% on just a month-over-month basis. And again, this is building season. This is when you typically have a surge in building. So Donald Trump is just undoing and undermining everything. And I don't even think we're going to realize, I don't think we're going to get hit with the true, like, full-blown meltdown in the market and in the economy. I don't think it's really going to set in until the second half of this year. And all of this is, I mean, this is like simple supply and demand that's causing prices to rise. And this becomes a cyclical issue because as I said, you have younger Americans, they can't move out, can't get out on their own. Owning a home is further and further out of reach. And then they choose not to have a family. And so then the population continues to decrease and decline and age. So, yeah, I mean, he has done everything possible to make things worse. And the bottom line is the oligarchy is in control. They are feasting. The rest of us mere mortals, mere peasants, we get to live off of their crumbs. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Really, really appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.